It is not mere coincidence that you are encountering this message now. In fact, overlooking this insight could mean missing one of the most significant opportunities of your life. There is a profound shift occurring in the spiritual realm at this very moment, an invisible yet powerful and divine movement. You may feel as though you have been relegated to the sidelines, as if life has overlooked you in its great achievements. If Archangel Michael's messages have encouraged your heart and strengthened your faith, please subscribe and join this growing family of believers. You find yourself constantly striving and fighting, while it appears that others receive opportunities with ease. You live in anticipation of a breakthrough, yet answers remain elusive. Have you ever pondered why certain doors seem perpetually closed? Why does it feel like your efforts yield no return? The truth is, a promise regarding your life may have been obscured, forgotten, or even spiritually appropriated. However, the waiting period is over. Today, a key is being unveiled. The heavens are proclaiming your name. Today, you shall realize that you are heir to both divine and earthly fortunes that have the potential to transform your existence. If you are watching this, it signifies that a higher purpose is calling you right at this moment. You will come to understand that there exists a wealthy lineage, a spiritual heritage that has something remarkable planned for you, and they are actively seeking you. Take heed. If you disengage from this message now, you risk missing out on this critical moment of fulfilling that promise. Remain with me until the conclusion and prepare yourself to experience a profound manifestation of God's presence within you. This day marks your revelation as the rightful heir. This is no mere metaphor. It is a spiritual clarion call. It is a reality. Now, let us delve into the first topic, the divine call upon your life. Have you ever felt as though you are invisible in this world, as if no one truly perceives your existence? Do you feel like your prayers are directed at a silent heaven? God assures you that you have never been forgotten. You have been hidden and preserved, for what He has in store for you cannot be bestowed in any casual manner or at any arbitrary time. There are those who possess wealth and others who achieve fame. Yet few carry the weight of what you bear, a promise intricately tied to the throne of God. You were sanctified even in your mother's womb, with your name inscribed in the book of life for a sacred purpose. You may not have been born into opulence, nor have you received a financial legacy from your parents. Nonetheless, you have been appointed by God Himself to inherit riches that surpass human understanding. The tribulations you have endured, abandonment, betrayal, financial hardship, rejection, were all elements of a process designed to prepare you to hold what many others could not withstand. Today, God is opening the heavens and declaring, "Child, you are the chosen one. You are the heir. No longer will you walk in darkness." The promise has been activated, but you must remain until the end of this message, for in the forthcoming moments, something will be unlocked. If you are attuned, you will sense it. Have you ever experienced the sensation of having something vital trapped in your life, as if a magnificent promise awaits but remains unrealized? You toil, you pray, you labor, yet it feels as though a crucial part of your narrative is missing: an answer, a breakthrough, an unlocking. This feeling transcends mere intuition. It is of a spiritual nature. It is tangible and signifies a mystery poised to be uncovered. God has revealed to me that among you, if you are embracing this message, You are one of many who possess a considerable spiritual inheritance within the spiritual realm that has been unjustly concealed by unseen forces intent on obscuring your true identity. Are you aware that some families are heirs to significant spiritual lineages? Their wealth is not merely symbolic. It is substantial. Wealth, property, financial prospects, and inheritances that were predestined yet have become lost or diverted over time. God is proclaiming that the era of ignorance has come to an end. Today, I am unveiling the ancient records. Today, I will reveal to you what has always belonged to you. You are on the brink of discovering something that will elevate you from both spiritual and financial obscurity. A transfer of wealth is imminent, and the barriers that have constrained you thus far are being dismantled as we speak. The scripture in Isaiah 45, verse 3 states, "I will give you hidden treasures and secret riches, so that you may know that I am the Lord, the God of Israel, who calls you by your name." These hidden treasures are not exclusively in the heavens. They are on earth as well. You will find that a portion of them is directly associated with you and your spiritual heritage. However, this revelation will only unfold for those who persevere until the end. The adversary has made several attempts to divert you from this pivotal moment. You have likely felt exhausted, disheartened, and devoid of strength. Nonetheless, you have reached the point where you need to be. This message serves as the key. Today, the mystery will be unveiled. Today, you will come to acknowledge that a financial inheritance has been reserved for you, and it is now being activated. Perhaps no one has previously informed you of this, but spiritual documents in heaven bear your name. Celestial contracts, ancient predictions, and records of unimaginable financial blessings await you. Have you ever felt, perhaps without understanding why, that you are destined for something grander? You observe your bank account filled with debts, yet within your heart, a voice resonates, affirming, "That is not the entirety of my existence. I was born for more." And you are entirely correct. You were designed for greatness, far greater than you can imagine. Material riches are presently being orchestrated for reallocation within the spiritual realm. Millions and even billions of concealed assets, properties awaiting transfer, and processes set to be judged in your favor are on the verge of manifesting supernaturally in your life. It is imperative that you grasp a serious truth. If you do not awaken spiritually, you may spend your entire life without accessing that which is rightfully yours. We are not discussing a lottery or vacuous promises. We are speaking of an inheritance derived from a spiritual covenant, inscribed by the very finger of God. The book of Proverbs 13 verse 22 affirms, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous." You are among the righteous. The ill-gotten wealth amassed by the unscrupulous will be redistributed. Justice will prevail. The funds you never anticipated touching will indeed find their way to you. However, this will not occur through mere chance. It will serve as a sign or affirmation, commencing from today. You will come to recognize this as opportunities arise unexpectedly. Individuals will approach you with proposals you had not envisioned, and resources will materialize in place of previous scarcity. This is your legacy, authentic and en route. Have you ever pondered why, at crucial junctures in your life, it felt as though a mysterious force was protecting you? Perhaps you were on the verge of making a detrimental decision or nearly accepted an offer that could have led to your downfall. In moments of despair, you felt an invisible restraint preventing you from surrendering. This was not mere luck. It was divine intervention. While some are accompanied by bodyguards, lawyers, or financial institutions, you possess something far more potent. God has assigned angels with direct, heavenly mandates to work on your behalf. These angels not only safeguard your life, but also carry directives, spiritual maps, and codes that will guide you to your rightful inheritance. Do you believe that after all you have endured, God would allow you to lose your way? You have shed tears in solitude, witnessed betrayal, and struggled with mounting debts. You've sacrificed sleep to uphold your home, family, and dignity, yet you remain resilient. Despite the exhaustion, you held on to faith, and because you persevered, the divine has rallied. Today marks the moment when angels will be dispatched to lead you to the hidden treasures intended for you. You are not here by coincidence. From today onward, you will observe subtle yet profound changes that will rapidly amplify. Individuals will return to settle debts. Unexpected financial opportunities will arise. Invitations will present themselves, and unexplainable debt cancellations will occur. This is a manifestation of God's will and angelic activity, clearing the path for what rightfully belongs to you. As stated in Hebrews 1 verse 14, are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to serve on behalf of those who are to inherit salvation? This salvation encompasses spiritual liberation as well as provision, for God is not merely the creator of souls, but also the architect of destinies. He possesses all the riches. Remain vigilant, as the signs will be subtle, but those with spiritual discernment will perceive that angels are already at work, guiding you toward the bountiful promises that bear your name. There exists knowledge about you that you have yet to uncover, secrets inscribed in the heavens, and words noted in the book of life long before your existence. Have you ever felt as though life conspired against you, with unseen forces inhibiting your progress? This sensation arises from the spiritual realm's awareness of your potential. Evil recognizes its impending fate, and if you uncover the truth about your destiny, you will break free and flourish, emerging as a formidable force. What is decreed in the heavenly realm concerning you exceeds the limits of your imagination. It is not simply about an improved life. It involves a level of abundance that will transform not only your narrative, but your families as well. You are being prepared to oversee substantial financial resources, not just thousands or hundreds of thousands, but amounts that surpass logical comprehension. You were born with a promise of abundance that has remained dormant due to distractions, adversity, and fatigue. Now is the time for revival. As Jeremiah 29 verse 11 proclaims, "For I know the thoughts I have about you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope." The future you envision is merely the inception of what God has already ordained. It goes beyond settling debts or escaping tight financial situations. It is about entering a new realm where you can serve as a conduit of provision for others. The divine words will manifest, for God does not misdirect blessings. Expect unexpected communications, documents, calls, invitations, and offers to arrive out of nowhere, all of which are divinely orchestrated moments rather than mere coincidences. This is God signaling that the appointed time has arrived. Have you ever noticed how, just as something positive was about to unfold, an unexpected storm would emerge? Whenever you approached a new opportunity or felt peace, there would arise a crisis, a loss, or an emotional setback which seemed to undo everything. This is no accident. It is spiritual conflict. The adversary does not pursue those lacking purpose. He targets those who hold promise. His repeated attempts to thwart you are clear indicators of the remarkable future that awaits you. He recognizes that you are aligned with a substantial financial inheritance and destined to become a distributor of wealth. He sees that your name is connected to initiatives that will uplift churches, assist families, foster ministries, and liberate lives. As a result, he has sought to sabotage your dreams, conspiring against you with deceitful and envious individuals. He has caused you to contemplate giving up, yet you persisted. You may not fully grasp how you have endured certain trials, but your unwavering faith has been the key. Despite attempts to diminish your spirit, God has safeguarded your promise. The time is approaching when all that has been withheld will begin to align in your favor. Opportunities that previously failed to materialize due to misalignment with your divine inheritance will be replaced by heavenly sourced proposals. The adversary will no longer hold power over your path, for God has now unveiled the truth to you. A significant amount has been deposited for you in the spiritual realm, and this will soon translate into concrete financial opportunities. You will sense it deep within your spirit. The journey begins now. As you listen, something inside resonates with the message. It feels personal. This message is meant for you. If you are moved by this, please write in the comments, "I am an heir. Nothing can hold me back." Repeat this with conviction. "I am an heir. Nothing can undermine me." By voicing your affirmation, you awaken the dormant spiritual authority within you and beyond. Type the number 777 in the comments, a prophetic symbol of celestial alignment. Right now, declare, 777, I accept my inheritance. God observes those courageous enough to declare their truth. Do not feel ashamed. You are manifesting favorable outcomes in your life. There are those who regard you with disdain, who underestimate your potential, believing you will not achieve success. They consider you too insignificant, too mundane, too ordinary. However, had they known the magnitude of what God is preparing for your life, they would be on their knees, regretting their harsh words. The unsettling truth is that your adversaries are aware of your spiritual identity. They recognize the divine radiance that you possess and the authority entrusted to you by God, even if you have yet to realize it. This awareness is the reason for their attempts to dishearten you. It explains their relentless pursuit to obstruct your progress. You may have experienced this firsthand. Individuals who smile on the surface yet harbor envy within. Those who were close but distanced themselves when you needed support the most. Falsehoods spread about you. Unexplained closed doors. This is not a result of personal failure. It is not because of weakness. It stems from the fact that you possess a spiritual and financial legacy that others have tried to suppress. Here is a revelation. What you are destined to receive will surpass mere tokens. It will encompass significant value, leading to tangible financial movements and expansive opportunities that could entirely transform your life. Enterprises, investments, real estate, influential connections. All will begin to align with you once this legacy is activated. Yet, you must do what others may fear. Remain steadfast despite skepticism. God assures, I have prepared a table in the presence of your adversaries. They will witness your rightful inheritance. Psalm 23 verse 5 confirms, You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Your elevation will not stem from vengeance, but from divine justice, which is already in motion. Those who scorned and belittled you will witness your rise. Consequently, affirm in the comments today, God will vindicate me. I will receive my inheritance despite the opposition. This declaration is a profound spiritual statement. Every word you submit has the power to activate truths in the unseen realm. Do not underestimate this moment. If this message resonates with you on a personal level, revealing insights that others are unaware of, then affirm your faith by stating, I believe my promise is approaching. There exists an unseen collective, an elite group who may not grace magazine covers or social media, residing not in visible mansions or driving luxury cars. Yet they possess a profound quality, a heavenly calling, a spiritual heritage, a name recognized in heaven. You are among them. Yes, you. It may not seem evident as you look around. Perhaps you find yourself in a modest setting, grappling with overdue bills and uncertainty about tomorrow. But what currently surrounds you does not define your true essence. Your spiritual lineage reflects nobility, descended from kings and priests. Pay close attention, for the revelation I am sharing will alter everything. There exists a spiritual family of abundant heirs who govern not through human power, but through divine authority. This family maintains resources secured in the name of their heirs, providing access to systems and provisions unknown to the natural world. You are part of this lineage, an heir who has been overlooked. Consider the metaphor of a wealthy family with a distant relative forgotten over time. This relative may live in poverty, unaware that vast wealth is reserved in their name, awaiting their recognition. This describes the reality for many, possibly even yourself. However, the wait is drawing to a close. Romans 8 verse 17 declares, if we are children, then we are heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ. This inheritance is not merely spiritual. It represents a real transfer of wealth, tangible assets, honor, and guidance. You may have faced rejection or endured messages of worthlessness throughout your life. Yet, none of this alters the truth written about you. You belong to a lineage poised to inherit the abundance of heaven on earth. A time is approaching for your identity to be restored. An unexpected letter, a contact you never anticipated, or a door that has remained shut will open, revealing that you have always been sought after. There has consistently been something held in reserve for you. An inheritance awaits your acknowledgement. You are the rightful heir, and now the spiritual realm is mobilizing to reconnect you with your promise. To activate this inheritance, you must declare it with unwavering faith. Right now, affirm in the comments, I am part of the celestial lineage. I claim my heritage. Simply by writing this, you are signing a spiritual contract of release. If you wish for God to recognize your readiness, also state, I accept the wealth that God has destined for me. This is not an expression of greed, but rather a declaration of alignment with what has been promised. You are merely reclaiming what has always belonged to you. Did you know that there exists a spiritual document inscribed with your name? It is not an ordinary legal contract, but a divine record sealed with celestial authority. This record signifies something tangible, land, property, wealth, and shifts that will manifest in the material world. You may currently reside in constrained circumstances, perhaps facing eviction. Yet a specific land has already been designated for you, a place where you will be honored. You shall no longer be a tenant of the world. You will own it. A spiritual and physical property bears your name in the unseen sphere. Although you cannot see it, the spiritual realm acknowledges that it rightfully belongs to you. Why has it not yet reached you? Because there is a conflict over this territory. The enemy understands that once your inheritance is in your hands, you will not merely escape scarcity. You will become a source of prosperity, empowering others in the process. This asset transcends the merely physical. It encompasses significant financial dimensions as well. Indeed, divine insight reveals that you possess spiritual values that have been withheld from you until now. There exists substantial cash, expansive resources, and sums beyond your current imagination, preserved under divine decree. The adversary has sought to obscure this from your view, employing distractions, toxic relationships, emotional turmoil, and mental bewilderment, all designed to prevent you from discovering your true identity and entitlements. However, the heavens are now unveiling the records. The sacred tome is being opened, and the voice of God proclaims, "This is the moment for the release of what belongs to him. This is the occasion for the restoration of what has been withheld. This is the time to transfer what exists in my son's name." According to Isaiah 61 verse 7, "Instead of your shame, you shall receive double honor, and instead of dishonor, you will rejoice in your inheritance. Thus, in their land, they shall possess double." Indeed, this will be your reality. You will execute documents, engage with influential individuals, and witness the literal manifestation of this promise. The righteous will inherit the earth, as stated in Psalm 37 verse 29, and this will not come to pass in some distant future. Expect to witness tangible developments in the weeks ahead. Deals will emerge. You may receive calls with proposals, or long-awaited responses may finally materialize. A release is imminent, marking merely the beginning of your inheritance. To affirm this promise, confidently declare in the comments, "My scripture is recorded in heaven, and my inheritance shall manifest on earth." If you believe that God can facilitate the transfer of even billions to the righteous, boldly assert, "I receive the transfer. The wealth that is rightfully mine will come into my possession." Stand firm, not in fear, but in faith. For God desires not merely to provide comfort, but to bestow territory upon you and establish you as an owner. How often have you felt forgotten by God? How many silent prayers have you uttered? How many nights have been spent pondering the reasons behind your stagnation? You exert substantial effort, work diligently, and strive to maintain your faith. Yet progress seems elusive, while those around you advance. You may find yourself ensnared in a seemingly unchanging situation, causing you to question your worthiness of receiving great blessings. Yet today, heaven responds, "I have not forgotten you. I concealed you to safeguard you." The time has come to unveil all that is rightfully yours. You are entitled to an inheritance that is extensive and significant, a monumental fortune capable of transforming your reality. God's message to you is clear. There lies wealth in your name, an inheritance previously obstructed, but now destined for release. You may wonder where this financial surge is to come from. Yet, you have overlooked one critical truth.